ready to hear what stories we have in store today? I certainly am. And welcome if you're now tuning in to Once Upon a Mesh Story, a storytelling show here on the app every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you'd like to be a guest, message me, message the admins, message one of the judges. Anyone who's a part of the show, you're able to reach out to. And that's one of the most important things of having so many people to reach out to. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as all of my guests are going to be requesting the box, judges, are you all set? Guests, if you're here, please request the box. I see my sister Smurfy with that beautiful level 81 magenta. Y'all better make sure. I just got to give a big shout out to my sister for hitting that magenta. She got money. Y'all make sure y'all favorite that queen. Yeah, I got the little yellow thingy. It's faded. Got a faded color. She's got the bright magenta. Make sure you have her favorited. Ladies and gentlemen, I see a couple of my guests have requested the box. Please make sure we're keeping our comments respectful to the storytellers. They are showcasing something they've done. It's all original work. So please be kind with our comments. Please make sure you have them favorited. Please favorite my top 3 supporters of the stream. The person who is number 1 will get a special shout out on IG. As a token of appreciation, whoever is the top gifter of the stream. So please make sure that we have them definitely favorited. Thank you to everyone who has shown up today, who's supporting the stream, even with the comments, with gifting. Thank you. I appreciate you. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present our first guest. If they like, they can introduce themselves now or at the end of the show. And they are going to be giving their spin on the streamer who called fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Kraken.
Hey y'all, thanks for having me on the show, Mej. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show. If you'd like to introduce yourself now, or you can do it at the end of the show, entirely up to you. I don't want to take away too much from your storyline and whatever you might have for your backdrop. So please let me know what you'd like to do. But guys, as she's doing that, please make sure you hit Kraken up with a favorite. She also has a featured show here on the app.
So I'll do my introduction real quick, right here first. My name is Kraken Whips. I go by Kraken here on the app. I've been on the app for 9 months now. I have a featured show called Into the Unknown, Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, where I talk all about the fields that fall underneath the paranormal umbrella, such as ghosts and hauntings, haunted locations, aliens and UFOs, cryptozoology, demonology, the occult, and ancient mysteries. You can catch me online most evenings for Kraken After Dark, and on the weekends you will find me, like tonight, streaming live music from whatever concert or location I may be at. The events I have coming up are Top Badge Kitty Commander's featured show Extravaganza next Saturday, the 16th at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm in Top Badge Smurfy's Belief in Yourself auction the following Friday, the 22nd at 7:35 p.m. Eastern, and immediately following, I will have my 8 Milli Fave party with the country remix with DJ Yo Boy at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I do have, and I have not said anything about it yet, so you guys are going to hear it here first. I have a mini paranormal investigation coming up next Wednesday night, the 22nd, in my stream at Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky, with a TV show celebrity with Haunted Discoveries, my friend Brandon Alva. So you guys will get to meet him, and then he's going to be on my show in November when they're done filming for the season. So I'm really excited about that. So there's my intro. You ready for me to hit my story? Here we go. Did y'all hear about the streamer who called fraud? Yeah, I said fraud. You haven't? Well, sit down, grab some popcorn and a drink, and let me tell you the story since you haven't heard it yet. There was this new streamer named Whips who came on the app to meet some friends, socialize, and maybe, just maybe, meet an amazing guy. But I digress. She hit that live button and started talking to folks who came in her stream and noticed when they enjoyed her content, they would gift her these wonderful gifts. Some of Whips's visitors were even attractive men with different badges ranging from green, purple, and black VIPs, as well as some top badges, who made her realize that maybe she could find a match here on the app. And the women who came to her stream were equally as beautiful and supportive, and fast made friends with her. It was always a good time in Whips' live, and rarely would you see any drama. Within a few weeks, Whips noticed she had some loyal supporters, not to mention all those attractive men who kept coming back to her stream every time she hit live. She hit her first milli and was super excited about hitting that milestone. Whips planned out her first milli party, organized a DJ to show up, and was really looking forward to celebrating this milestone with her supporters. However, she thought during this monumental event, she would even start hitting on a few of these attractive men in her stream. When the day came for her big milli party, sure enough, a few of those attractive men showed up and stayed for the entire stream. Whips flirted here and there with a few of them, talked about what she was looking for in a man, and asked her viewers what their preferences were as well. The discussion in the comments were hopping. Then all of a sudden, one of the men she had her eye on began dropping dragons on her to get her attention. I mean, this man was showing up big time in her stream, dropping these dragons to the point of taking her 2 milli during the party. Whips thought to herself, I need to give this man more of my attention. And that she did. The two of them talked off the app for a while, continued their flirting in their streams night after night, and then they began talking on the phone. Before too long, they decided to meet in person. He flew her out to see him, put her up in a nice suite, wined and dined her, and the magic soon appeared. It was like fireworks going off. After that meeting, you would always see him in her stream hanging out, dropping big gifts on her. She would be in his stream hanging out and gifting him. It was obvious there was chemistry there. There was hardly a time you would pop in either of their streams and not see them in each other's guest boxes. He was her top gifter and showed a lot of support and attention to her. She just soaked it all in, thinking this man was a real gentleman and potential partner material. These two, I'm telling you, they were inseparable. If she wasn't out visiting him, he was in her hometown visiting her. When they were together, they were streaming together and sharing their adventures and with their supporters and their viewers. Everyone knew they were interested in each other, but they had yet to take that big step of committing to be a couple. Or maybe they did and they just kept it off the app. Anyway, you know that stuff happens on here. There was no denying the matching energies with these two, and you never saw them flirting with anyone else as much as they did with each other. But then one day, Whips logged into her account and noticed she was over 1 milli in the negative. This couldn't be right. She logged off the app and logged back in, but there it was, 1.3 milli in the negative. She couldn't figure out how this happened. Still being a newbie on the app, she asked her mentor about it and how could this happen? She hadn't converted, she hadn't cashed out, she just kept diamonds in her account and 1.3 milli of them had disappeared. Her mentor said that sometimes people on the app spend way more than they can afford and call their credit card companies and tell them the charges are fraudulent just to get the money back. Whips was like, who would do that to me? Her mentor told her how to look on her board and find out, and y'all are never going to believe who it was. Yep, it was that number one gifter, the one she thought was this guy who was supporting her, giving her attention on and off the app. And now she started to realize the dude was a player and a fraud. How could he do this to her? And after all these amazing trips they spent together, going back and forth to see each other, the sporting events, the concerts, the beach trips, all these things that he paid for as a gentleman had made her think he was financially stable and wise with his finances. Why would he call fraud and do this to her? She began stream hopping and found out from others that she wasn't the only one affected by fraud. There were 5 others who had been hit just as hard. And the worst part, his account couldn't even be found on the app. She tried texting and calling him, but got no response. What else could she do? Not only was she in the negative on her account, but this man she thought was such an amazing guy was actually a fraud and a fake. She spoke to her mentor and others on the app and was told there just wasn't anything she could do since he had up and disappeared. But there was something she could do. She knew where this man lived because she had been to his house several times. She booked a flight and off she went. When she arrived at his house, he answered the door and was shocked to see her. He began stuttering and trying to cover his tracks. She noticed things inside didn't look the same. There were moving boxes and packing materials. She asked him what was up, and he said he had fallen on hard times and lost just about everything. Whips knew good and dang well this was a lie. Y'all want to know why she went by the name Whips? Well, she drew back a fist and whipped the snot out of this man a few times before the cops showed up. It was a good thing, too, that she had called when she landed because they arrived just in time to save his butt from the full extent of her wrath. Upon his arrest, Whips learned that this man was wanted for bank robbery, theft, and much, much more. How could she have been so blind to his antics all this time? Needless to say, y'all, Whips learned a valuable lesson that day, and now when she sees an attractive man coming around her stream, dropping big gifts, she thanks him, and then she boots him right out of her stream. And that is my story.
What a fascinating tale. Thank you, Kraken. This is now one of my favorite topics to have as one of the theme ideas. The stories are wild. It's riddled with so much of possibilities of actually happening. So, but for all intents and purposes, ladies and gentlemen, the show is all fictional. We are just creating a fun, creative narrative of a theme. And we want to thank and favorite Kraken. She does have a show. Her admin is spamming it. Please make sure you reach out to her if you would like to be a guest on her show. Kraken, thank you so much. If you want to wait right back in the audience. And the judges are going to be boxed up in just a little bit. And they will give their feedback, some more critiques. They'll tell you what they're looking for. So if you'd like to be a guest, follow some of the things that the guidelines of the judges are going to be looking for because it is scored. Is Kraken going to take home the win today? Who knows? Who knows? But ladies and gentlemen, in a minute, we're going to welcome our next guest. But before I do, I'll do a quick shout out to my top 3 supporters of the stream. It is Bigger, Top Badge, Triple L. Also, she has a featured show on the app. And my girl Jazzy, she is from the Go to Old London. She's a sweetheart. Make sure y'all hit the 3 of them up with our favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a note of the top 3 supporters of my stream. Please favor them. Stream supporters help us stay lit, helps us to stay encouraged to create more and more content. Please make sure we're valuing those amazing supporters. I see Kraken in at number 2, but the show must go on. Welcome to Once Upon a Mesh Story. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is storytelling time. If you'd like to be a guest, please make sure you're reaching out to myself or any of the admins. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to ask my guest to please request the box. We are ready for the next guest. We have some other amazing storytellers who are going to be going next. We can't wait to see what they have in store for us. But please make sure everyone is favoriting the guests. Favorite my top 3. And when the judges are up next, make sure you hit them up with a favorite as well. Ladies and gentlemen, also thank you for everyone who's been favoriting me throughout the whole show. But without further ado, may I present Carlito to the box. Carlito is going to introduce himself. He is a foreigner on the app. And he will introduce himself, and then he's going to go into his tale, the streamer who called fraud.
What's up, y'all? What's up? My name is Moody, but as of right now, it's Carlito. I stream every day. I have a featured show on the platform. I'm also one of Mesh's admins, brand new admins. So if you guys would like to be on Once Upon a Mejstory, hit me up on Instagram. It's moodyandrew.live. All right. I'm also admin for a few other shows. Message me on Insta. All right, let's get into this because this is corny and ghetto. All right. Once upon a time, on Daddy's live streaming app, there was a bottom badge VIP named Carlito. He started out as a gifter to many different people. Then one day, he got a message from the VIP admin team, and the message said, "Hey Carlito, we would like you to join us and start streaming on our site." Carlito responded saying, "Would I be getting a trending boost?" And they responded back saying, "Yes, you would get a trending boost." The next week, the trending boost has started. So as soon as Carlito hit the live button, his stream was flooded with a lot of different people. Now, you know what? those different people were top badges, boss badges, VIPs, literally everybody that Carlito supported came to the stream. He also had a DJ called DJ Whitey who helped Carlito out in his very first stream. So you know what? Let's get this started. Let's get the stream started. If you guys are in the stream, spam those ones in the comments. Spam those ones in the comments, y'all. Let's go. So Carlito was streaming and streaming and streaming for a lot of different times, hours, late nights, early mornings, midday. And you know what? There was this one person who stuck out to Carlito, and his name was Benji. Benji came in and shot him the 500K Golden Dragon. 500K Golden Dragon, y'all. And you know what? That 500K Dragon costed 1.5K. Okay, that's a little cheap, but at the end of the day, that first stream, Carlito got 1 million diamonds just in one stream. So that Golden Dragon hit. So Carlito converted everything that he has gotten from that stream because Benji actually asked to diamond trade. Now you know what? Diamond trading is a whole different thing. We're not even going to get into that. And you know what? After that Golden Dragon, Carlito wanted to support back. So he went into Benji's stream, but Benji wasn't on the app anymore. Where was Benji? He had call fraud. So you know what? What did that leave? That left Carlito out in the dust with negative 500K. So Carlito messaged the app and said, what could be done? And the app said nothing could be done. Nothing. So you know what? At the end of the day, Carlito kept grinding and grinding and grinding until he got what he wanted. And that was a good, excellent family and support system. That's it. Ah! Yo, to be honest,
You were good up until the scream. I think people were buying your story until that high-pitched scream. Let me just mute her before she continues. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're now tuning in, you were just listening to the story of Carlito. But his actual name is Moody Andrew, affectionately known as Messy Moody to us. He's going to go right back into the audience, and he's going to wait his fate in just a moment. Yes, we affectionately call him Messy Moody. So he is not only a guest today, but he's one of my my admins. He just rejoined the clan of admins. So we want to also welcome aboard Moody to adminning the show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're now tuning in, welcome to Once Upon a Mejstory, a storytelling show here on the app every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we give you the theme. And based on that theme, you create a narrative filled with backdrop and costume and some creative verbiage. You can have the accents, whatever you like. Just have fun. And it's a chance to showcase what you can do once someone pops into your stream. So just a great time to, put yourself out there, let people in, show them what you're capable of also doing as well. And, let the nerves go. I know we can all get a little nervous and anxious about doing shows, but if you're here and you'd like to be part of the streaming world and a part of content creation, and you want to encourage people to be supportive of your streams, you got to put a little effort in as well. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to ask the rest of my guests to please request the box. Please request the box. And as they're requesting the box, I'll give a big shout out to all of my supporters Ladies and gentlemen, if you are the top supporter of the stream at 4 p.m., I will be giving you a special shout out on IG. And on the next show, I will have your name as the Gold King or Queen for the stream. So whoever is the Gold King or Queen at 4 o'clock was going to get a special shout out on IG, a chance to get you promoted. Also, your name will be behind mine as Gold King or Queen. At this time, the top supporter is Big Irv, followed by Queenie, followed by Kraken. Please make sure you're hitting them up with a favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may I welcome my next guest. She goes by the name of Queenie of Death, but I don't think she's here to bring any death, unless you probably, check the wrong box. But please make sure that we are hitting her up with a favorite. And in just a moment, she is going to introduce herself. Thank you so much for being on my show. And then she's going to jump right into what she has prepared for us. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Mej. Never done this before. Thank you for having me. My first time here. Quick intro. My name is Queenie of Death. That is because I work in death care, not because I'm going to kill you. So just so you know. So my trade is usually working in cemeteries and helping families through grief. That's what I do. So my streaming schedule is all over the place. I tend to be either really late at night or really early in the morning. I love hanging out with my Australian and British family. And this bio is about 2.5 weeks old. So I am very grateful for the opportunity to be here, but I've been on and off the app for about 6 years now. And I followed the rules, but it's a little different. It's more of a nonfiction fiction. And I really hope you like it. And be kind. That's all I got. Good evening, Liveland. I'm Queenie of Death, bringing you our featured story for the week. Streamers calling fraud has been on the rise lately. What is that, do you ask? What is fraud? That is when a person comes onto a live app and purchases live credits, gifts people, then reports fraud to their bank or credit card to get that money back. Why is that an issue, you ask? Well, anyone that gets gifted by the person calling fraud immediately goes negative in diamonds for the amount they were gifted. This can go from one to any number of people that were gifted under that. Again, why is that so important? Isn't this just an app? Well, I did take some accounts from people that have experienced this, and they are to remain anonymous for their protection. But it can range from anything as people thinking that they had made a match that didn't work out, and they were called fraud upon because they refused somebody for a match. It could be because somebody was chasing clout and they bit off more than they could chew, and so they called fraud. And what we don't often hear about is what happens to those that are affected by the fraud. And I took time to interview some people, one in particular that went 400K negative in diamonds. And this person is a single parent, takes care of not only their children, but their family, animals. And it hurt them deeply. And they use this app as a form of second income. So we may think it's all well and good and get addicted to that clout chasing. But remember, if you don't have it, don't spend it. Just come by it organically. Just grind, earn it, convert it. Do not buy what you don't have, because it's not worth the harm that you're going to put out there just to level up, just to get that beautiful circle that you want, and just to get the attention of people that would like you for who you are, not just because you spend money. And thank you for listening to my story tonight. And that's all I've got.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are now tuning in, you have been listening to Queenie of Death, and she was just giving us her narrative on the theme for today. It was the streamer who called fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, she's still in the box. And just before she pops into the audience, please hit her up with a favorite. Queenie, thank you so much. She's also going to be in my auction at the end of this month. So please make sure you hit her up with a favorite. As she said earlier, she's recently back on. So I'm sure everyone appreciates a good view as well, because sometimes streams can get a little slower. So please make sure we are popping and not unfavoriting these guests, but pop in and give them a little hello, tell them they did a good job on the show. And words of encouragement works wonders for us all. Good lesson to learn. Queenie, thank you so much. If
Thank
you
you,
can
and
be right back in the
I'll see
audience.
you Monday on the mic drop.
Yes, you will. Bye, beautiful.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're now tuning in, you are listening to stories being spun on the theme of the week. It is a streamer who called fraud. Only on Once Upon a Mesh Story, a storytelling show here on the app every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all your gifts. Thank you for the faiths. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your time. 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 Please make sure we are favoriting my top 3 supporters of the stream. They're helping to keep the stream lively, popping, supportive. We thank you for always supporting content creation. It's what will help the app continue to thrive. So thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to bring me to my next guest. She is no stranger to being a guest. She's the winner of one of the past episodes in another season. So she's coming with a little chip on her shoulder. Do you have a favorite storyteller so far? Do you have a favorite storyteller? Anyone? Anyone? What did everyone think of the story so far? We're liking? We no likey? We likey? We no likey? Whatever it is, I've been enjoying them. I'm here for it, and this is why I enjoy having this show. Thank you to everyone for being here. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I welcome to the show. She goes by the name of Texas State of Mind, but for some reason she's drop dead Fred something. But throwing that all aside, please make sure you hit up with a favorite. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a costume. This is what she wears on a daily. I know it's overlook it. You're here for the story. So judges, please disregard the current costume she's wearing. Salvation Army was having a sale, and she is for it. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas State of Mind. Welcome her favorite, her visitor.
All right. So my name is Texas State of Mind, as he said. I stream whenever. I do have an auction tonight. It's Top Edge Coley Coles auction. I don't know what time I go, but I go. I am 4 faves away from 4,000 faves. 4 faves away from 4,000 faves. I did win the show last
Come on,
night.
guys, favorite her. Everybody. And put a 1 in the comments when you finish favorite her. She just needs 4. Everybody, I want a 1 in that comment when you finish favoring her, please. Moody, please.
So yeah, I was been on the show before. I won the show. So I'm here again. So we're gonna see this. Thank you. 8:25. I go. Yeah. So we're gonna start the story. Once upon a time, there was a young lady by the name of Princess. She was a new streamer here, new gifter here on the app. She was a beautiful woman. She was gifting. But then she came upon this young man by the name of Christopher. Christopher was a nice looking man. He was handsome. He was like supporting her. She was supporting him. He was like, just being the nice gentleman that sorry, someone's calling, being the nice man that he could be. Princess was, dropping dragons after dragons on this nice, lovely man. They were hanging out, having conversation off the app, just doing everything that, they wanted to do. Till one day, Christopher Christopher got a new gifter by the name of Rosemary. And Rosemary was also gifting him big and doing a lot of things. And Princess was getting very jealous. Why? Because she thought she was the one that was going to be with Christopher because of the communication they had. So Christopher decided that he had two women that was gifting him big on the app, and he was loving it. He was getting it, cashing out every week, just doing the most, right? So one day, Princess decided to expose Christopher, saying that Christopher was sending her nudes for gifts, sending him all kind of stuff, and just being the ghetto man that he could be. So Princess was getting upset. She was getting jealous because Christopher wasn't giving her the time of day that she wanted. So what did Princess do? She called her bank. Why did she call her bank? Because she no longer wanted to support Christopher. She wanted all her money back. She called fraud. She got all her money back. She went to Christopher's stream. She laughed at him and told him that she called fraud. And now Christopher is in the negative 1.2 million diamonds. And Princess went on her way, found a new streamer, got married, did what she's supposed to do, and Christopher is still in the negative. Thank you. I was gonna sing, but I changed my mind.
Was going to and can't sing two whole different
See,
things. So we appreciate tech. Yeah, go right ahead. The stage is yours, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you favorite. She goes by the name of Texas State of Mind. Please hit her up her favorite. She also has an auction later on this evening. Pop into her stream. Go run up her comments. Maybe drop her a couple of jets. Then call fraud on her. Do what you got to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Texas for participating today. We love an exciting story of especially a fraud. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that we hit her up with our favorite. Go join her stream.
Thank you, everybody, for having me. When does the banner go down? Because I'm going to violate.
4 o'clock. And you can violate with a bunch of battle bots. I think that's what top streamers need. I'm just saying.
You're not a top
battle
streamer.
bot is a top streamer gift. If you want to violate with the gift, bring it. Bring it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all of the guests for participating in today's show. If anyone is now tuning in, you are listening to tales being spun about the streamer who called fraud. Did you have a favorite story? I would check all of them as one of my favorites, but it's up to the judges. We've got 3 fabulous judges, and they're going to box up in just a moment, and they are going to spin. They're not going to spin. They are going to give their feedback, their take on what was being told today, and they're going to decide on which one of these guests that is going to be our winner for the episode. And one of our judges, one of the resident judges, Top S Murphy, is going to give us a little bit of the critiques, the feedback, the things that they're looking for when they're judging. So if you guys want to make a little notes, pay attention to some of the things that they are going to say. So if you'd like to be a guest in the future, I think Nene was also a guest. Nene, you can also sign back up again if you'd like to be a returning guest. It doesn't mean once you've participated that you're banned for life. So if you have what it takes, Misty, we're signing you up for next week. Nene, we're signing you up for next week. Just saying. Please make sure you're reaching out to the admins, reach out to myself. We would love to have you to be a part of this fun show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to ask the judges. At this point, I'm going to check to make sure there's no other guests requesting the box. And we are going to ask the judges to box up, and they're going to introduce themselves. And then they're going to give their feedback on all of the stories that were told today. Then they are going to return to the judges chat, where they will, they'll hash it out. Some of these judges are a pretty nice bunch. I've had some judges that it gets pretty feisty in there. Window, we're waiting for you. It's pretty feisty. This is a nice group, guys. They're not about that, that violent lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Top Batch Murphy, Sunny, and Top Batch Winda. They are the three judges for today's show. Smurfy is going to take the lead. She's going to introduce herself, and then she's going to give us the critiques that the judges look for, followed by her feedback.
Let me say something really quick. I just want to say we are feisty. This is a group of very feisty, but we're nice. So we're feisty, but we're nice.
We're delightful.
I guess we'll get interesting.
Winda takes bribes.
Get them in quick.
See?
I'm Top Badge Smurfy. I am a top badge on Plenty of Fish. I have a feature show on a Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern called Do You Know? It's a super fun game show. So if you want to be on it, hit me up on Instagram. It's linked in my bio. So what we're looking for, you have a minimum of 5 minutes to fill. Because there are only so many guests that can fill the show, it's really important that you stick to your timeline, because otherwise it means that we're having to jump in quicker and we're still making notes and everything. So make sure you stick to your 5 minutes. But we have a really, really tight criteria of scoring against 3 main categories and then a bonus round. So we look for plot, narrative, and content, and there's a max of 3 points. Then we look for props, music, sound, costume, makeup, backdrops, all of that kind of stuff. Maximum 3 points. And dramatic appeal, whether you're making eye contact, are you off to the side reading, are you engaging with us, etc. And then the bonus points. So there are a number of points that you can get. If you don't hit all the categories that the admins tell you about, text please, then you are actually missing out on points, and we are very strict at sticking to the scoring. So there is a potential you lose out. It's not biased. We're very clear on this. You've been here before, Tex, so this is wild. Would you like me to go into my view?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So first up was Kraken. I really like how you introduced us. You kind of engaged us like it was story time and we were all children, and get a seat and come and sit down. Have you heard about the person that called fraud? We had the big dropping of dragons resulting in attention that was then taken off the app. Your storytelling was really engaging. We had the +1 million negative, and then all of a sudden he disappeared. She turned up at his house, which I loved, because I feel like this is something we, especially these 3 ladies, would probably do. We're going to turn up at your house if we know the address. We're going to do that, okay? Turned out that, he was a fraud in real life as well as on the app. But I really liked that. You then went on to say, and then in future, any big gifts that were given, she said thank you and then kicked them. Like, absolutely not having any of it in the future. Just thank you for the dragon and you're gone. I would have liked some sound effects, maybe some sort of costume or backdrop or gift sounds that could have been in there. But overall, I thought your storytelling was amazing, really engaging, and I stayed engaged the whole way through. Next up was Carlito, aka Moody. Carlito, bottom badge on the app, received a trending boost, which resulted in a lot of people flooding into their stream. You had the music that came in with Roll's song. Then we had Benji, who was asking to diamond trade, and then Carlito was going to go back, but by then it was too late. Benji had already caught fraud, but then Carlito continued to grind. I did feel like it kind of ended abruptly. I would have really liked a bit more story about the grind and how that worked, or maybe the in between him deciding he was going to go back and Benji calling fraud. I feel like it would have been good to have a little bit more. I felt like it cut a little bit short. I was just starting to really get engaged in it. And then again, props would have been great as well, or maybe some sort of backdrop or some dramatic appeal would have been really, really good. But overall, again, great storytelling, really engaging. And I liked how you had your bullet points behind the camera, so it looked like you were kind of talking to us the whole time. I really enjoyed that. Next up was Queenie of Death. You had music to start, which I liked. I loved the concept of how you done it. I liked that you told it like it was a news feed. Like we were just dialing into like a news report / advertisement for the app. I really enjoyed that. You gave us as well the reality of what calling fraud does to us as streamers and how much of a big impact it does have to us. And you told the story about the single mum. Again, I felt like it ended quite abruptly. It would have been good maybe to have a few more examples of people that it affects and how it actually bothers us as streamers when it happens, and how much we empathize with other streamers, even if we're not the ones that have been called fraud, and if they are, and how we all rally around as a community to help people in that situation. But again, all in all, great storytelling, really engaging. I just would have liked a little bit more. And then we had Tex with the story of Princess, the new gifter that came across Christopher, who was really, really nice to begin with. What Tex always does is memorizes her story. So every time she's on the show, she's not kind of reading anything. She is fully engaged with us because she's memorized her whole story, and I really enjoy that. Rosemary then came along and Princess got jealous. I think there's probably truth in that on the app. And then he started lying again. Truth on the app. He started lying and talking about news were being sent when they weren't. She wasn't getting the attention she wanted, so she ended up calling fraud. And I love that she went in and told him that she called fraud. I did kind of like that because, again, I'd probably do the same. Not that I would call fraud, but I like that boldness. But I do like that you then went on to say that she lived happily ever after. She met someone else and she's out living her best life. But again, I felt like it ended abruptly. I wanted more from you guys this week because it's the first show back, and I really wanted to fill the whole hour, and then we're over the hour with given the judging criteria. But great job to everybody. I will be quiet now.
Thank you, Tabat Murphy. Sunny, would you like to?
It just reminded me of something. I had to write it down real quick when she about that. Hello, everybody. I wish I could just pass mine along to Smurfy because hers sounds so much better when she says it with her accent. Is everything. That accent is everything. Okay, so Kraken. Look, now I wrote without my glasses, but to read it, I put my glasses on. Ain't that messed up? That's messed up. All right. So, her narrative was definitely there. We see that or hear about that on a daily basis. It was very relatable to me. So as soon as she started, I was like, okay, I see this. This scene is playing out in my head. So that part I did love. I love you didn't have a whole lot of background and you didn't have any music, but you had a lot of dramatic in your voice. So I give credit for that with the inflections, so it came out in that. I loved when you tied in your name, because I wrote at the beginning after your name, I broke the windows out your car. So I was glad when you said about the whip part, because it tied it in for me. I would have loved more eye contact from you because it looked like you might have had your iPad or something there reading your bullet points. I would love for a little more eye contact with you. And I needed a little bit more from yours too. It ended a little bit too short. I don't know what's wrong. Y'all tired today. Y'all got quick stories today. But other than that, just a little bit of music, some more eye contact. And other than that, everything was good for me. Moody Andrews, I have heard so many names for him today, names I didn't even know he went by today. So I got Moody, I got Carlito, and I've got Missy Moody written down. I loved his interaction with the stream. He showed himself not just as a streamer who's dealing with fraud, but he did the whole let me get the audience involved. Y'all put them ones in the comments. I like that part of it for you. So since you didn't have the backdrop and things like that going at first, you had the chat, the stream involvement. So I did like that part about it. I love that every time you said your name, you didn't say Carlito, you said Carlito. You put the accent on. So you were feeling yourself with the Carlito. I'm not really sure how that particular song you played tied in. I don't know if that's part of the Missy Moody part, but I'm glad you played something, but I don't know. I couldn't tie the song in with your story. But I do love everything else about it, and that your dramatics that were in there. Queenie, oh my goodness. When you were just talking, she introduced us to her. It's like she just let everything down, and she did this little giggle, and I was like, oh, she's super friendly. She's super, welcoming. And that's what I put. I said, oh my God, the laugh was so welcoming. I felt like she was about to give us her. And the intro, what I wrote for that, y'all remember the breaking news, this just in. That's what it made me think about. So you kind of took me in a lot of different places, which I enjoyed. Yours went way too quick for me because that single mom thing hit me, and I was waiting for all of it to fall back. Maybe the ending that she ended up on top, and then that person that called fraud on her got fraud called on them, or something like that. I wanted that get back. I wanted that get back. Being a single mom. And another thing, just going on how I said you did the breaking news, you went in and out. So I don't know if you're a single mom, but I heard the newscaster, and then I heard the sympathetic person talking about it. You went from anchor woman to mother, back and forth. Yeah, so that I did pick up from you. And I love the best part of yours for me was how you tied in how it affects the people that are having this done to them. You going on, you paying bills, you writing checks or whatever, and then if that fraud comes in, now you in the negative, not just on the app, you in the negative at home. So I love that you brought that personal aspect into it again. But I just I wanted you to give me that get back on that one. Texas State of Mind, and I'm saying her whole name because I've been in 2 chats this week where she corrected people. Don't just call her Texas, call her Texas State of Mind. So Texas State of Mind, you have the most soothing voice. You have a storytelling voice. You have a really soothing voice. I love that you touched on the jealousy aspect. So I wanted more because the jealousy aspect of it is on the app a lot.
She ain't ish, Sonny. She ain't ish. I'm gonna need you to scroll up when we're out the box, Queen.
She's been trolling your butt, Sonny.
I'm gonna need you to scroll up and reevaluate them stories, Sonny.
I just wanted it to go a little longer. I wrote down oops to the nudes when she said that. I was back here going oops on that part, and I was waiting for Julie to pop out, come over to the side, and do an episode of Entanglement, because when she got into the jealousy part, I thought we were gonna get a little more intricate into the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people going in and out. But other than that, I enjoyed you as well. Now let me scroll up.
Scroll up.
I was gonna give you that extra point because of the hair wrap, Texas. I was gonna give you an extra point because of the hair wrap. You had already
deduct that
Sonny.
point.
Oh, God.
Texas, you had it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Sonny. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're now tuning in, you're listening to the judges give their critiques, their feedback on today's guests. And now we are going to hear from Top Batch Winda, our third judge for the show. She is going to give her thoughts on today's guest. Winda, what do you think?
Unfortunately, I only got like 30 seconds of Kraken's, so I can't comment on hers. We're gonna have to go with what the other judges said. So I came in right when she was finishing, but we'll go with. So the little bit that I did hear, I did like, but I didn't get to hear too much of it. So for Carlito, aka Moody, I want the 500K dragon that he's offering everybody. We will take it. I agree. The song, I understand he picked that one because it's a feature show and it's the only song that he could probably pay on a feature show.
Right.
But you can pick little bits of a song and play it on a feature show if it's less than 30 seconds. So I would have picked a different one, just because it didn't go with the theme of his story. I do agree with all the ones that I did hear. They were all too short and they were cut off. Every single one of them. So it's common, I'm going to say across the board. You guys cut it off before you guys even went into your full theme of what it was about. And it was just like, okay, I'm done. And so I think all the three that I hear, if you extended a little bit more and give a little bit more detail, it would have been a lot more story to it and it would have been a lot more fun to watch. For Queenie, the moment she started with the TV newscast, I loved it. It was absolutely wonderful. But the same thing, she cut it off so quick that I was like, okay, you know, if you watch how a newscast ends, it ends a little differently. It doesn't just cut off. But overall, that I did love that. It was an adorable presentation. The storyline was great. It explained everything that, you know, happens with fraud and stuff like that. So I did enjoy that. For Texas State of Mind, what I did like about her is that hers was actually a story. It was actually a story about what happens on the app, about streamers, about the fraud that happens. I like the fact that she married off the person at the end and said, pretty much, screw you. I was like, oh, she married him off. You know, it was more of, I think that's part I like. But again, she cut it off so quickly instead of going in a little bit more into detail about it. But overall, the stories were very fun to watch, and I really did enjoy them.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 3 judges who are going to now pop into the judges chat, and they are going to score and deliberate on the winner of today's episode. Judges, thank you very much. Everyone, please make sure you favorite all the judges. Top Batch Murphy, Sunny, and Top Batch Winda. They all have featured shows here on the app, ladies and gentlemen. Something that they probably may have missed or not said enough. Ladies and gentlemen, they are all content creators here on the app. Pop into their stream, be a part of some of the shows they have, all different shows. So it keeps you quite entertained. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of Once Upon a Mess Story. At 4 o'clock in 3 minutes, whoever is the top gifter will get a special shout out on IG, and they'll have their name as my gold king or queen for my show on next week's episode of Once Upon a Mess Story. So you got about 3 minutes to get in there with your gifts, and we will have you acknowledged on the next show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for keeping the comments lively. This is an entertainment app. If you're not having fun and laughing, you're not living. You're just not living. Don't get caught up with too much craziness. Just learn to enjoy yourself. These are just amazing chances by being a part of the show, even as an audience, as a guest, as possibly a judge, for us to have a chance to, you know, communicate, be a part, collaborate, and network amongst ourselves as streamers. Do not be afraid to be involved. Do not be afraid to be involved. Take those steps. Be a part of the community in any shape that you can, because this will help you stay on this app. So ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you are constantly checking the calendar of events to see what they have upcoming. Pick the things that are fun for you. The game shows, the talk shows, the promotion shows, auctions, whatever it is. Charge your own journey, and don't let people and other words get that involved in your life that it prevents you from being amazing. You have the chance to be a star at any given moment. Don't lose sight of that. In 1 minute, we are going to have a gold king or gold queen. Manson, thank you, baby. So right now we have Kraken in the lead. In just a minute, we are going to have a thank you for everyone for supporting the stream. And at 4 o'clock, I'll give a rundown just before I end. Thank you, Manson. Queenie, thank you. Kraken, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've been enjoying the show. I'm going to go, and after I declare who the person who is the king or queen of the stream, I'm going to look in to the judges chat, and we are going to decide on a winner in just a moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, first, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my show. It is 4 o'clock, and the person who is going to be my gold king or gold queen is going to be drum roll, bada 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 bada. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like my gold queen of the stream until we get to 401. It's not 401 yet. It's 4 o'clock. Ain't anybody sniping. Ladies and gentlemen, my gold queen, big shout out to Kraken. And not to be outdone, please make sure your favorite Queenie of Death, Big Irv. Thank you to everyone for being a part of the show in any shape or form. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to go into the judges' chat. No, Texas. At this time, I'm going to go into the chat, and we are going to... Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very first for the show. This is an absolute very first for the show. This has never happened on the past 5 seasons. I've been doing the show for almost a year and a half. This has never happened. A winner was declared. However, due to some interesting comments directed towards the judges, that person has been disqualified from the show. So some comments were made and they were found to have been offensive, and we have decided, the judges said, I have a note that apparently one of the guests was cussing at a judge. There were threats levied against judges, and we've never had this happen. Someone scored very high in all the categories and actually won the show, but due to I heard they saw someone call a judge a trailer trash. I saw trailer trash, saying that one of the judges looks like Miss Mammy from Gone with the Wind. This is crazy. I've never seen the judges this livid and infuriated by comments. I didn't even notice some of these comments. I was just enjoying the feedback. So this is crazy. Can all of the guests please request the box? Very terrible. Can all of the guests please request the box? Due to unforeseen circumstances, a little bit of the judging has been changed. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to decide on a winner. And without further ado, everyone will have a chance to once again introduce themselves and shout out anything they'd like. But ladies and gentlemen, we must declare a winner. Big drum roll. Big congratulations to Texas. You are the winner of
You tried me.
episode. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Some haters. You top badges are some haters.
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate our winner, second time winner of the show.
Oh, my bad.
All right, well, we're not featured, so it's okay. Do you? So, all right, Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Texas State of Mind. Texas, do you have any words for us?
Okay, I would like to thank all the little people that was here.
Little people's crazy.
I want to thank my favorite UK streamer. Shout out to Kate Station. Uh,
She's just relentless today. Today she's on something.
I know.
Ray Ray, thank you. She
No,
is just on something today.
I'm kidding. No, I had fun. Thank you, Smurfy. Thank you, Sunny. Who was the last one? Oh, Wenda. I lost Wenda's show yesterday. I'm feeling some type of way. So yeah, I had fun. It was good. I don't know if you saw my comment. Did you get that necklace from the gumball machine?
No, I gotta sue your mama.
Oh, we don't do costume jewelry around here. Anyways, I have fun, y'all. I have an auction tonight. It's a karaoke auction at 8:25 Eastern Standard Time. I'm working on a new show. It's not going the way I want to, so we're just gonna see how it goes. Yeah, so the show's supposed to be Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was supposed to launch yesterday, actually. But of course, the people that I was supposed to have on it canceled on me at 10 minutes before the show, so I couldn't do anything. Yeah, so here we are. But yeah, that's me, and I won again, bitches.
Not too much, not too much.
And this is a head wrap.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the rest of today's guests. Please make sure you head them all over the favorite guests. Please make sure that you are favoriting everyone back. Congratulations to all of you. All three of you are obviously welcome to return on future shows. I'd love to have you all three back.
Do I get a flyer?
Yes, you got a flyer, and I'll post it on IG.
Also, really quick, now it's a war between Texas and I, because she lost win the show yesterday against me. So it's a war, Texas. Just want to let you know. Hi, guys. I have a featured show on the platform called Guess the Gibberish with Moody Andrew every single Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're almost to the end of season 2. So season 3 will be starting up here in a couple of weeks. If you guys would like to be on the show, please send me a message on Instagram. If you guys would like to be on mejstory, You Picked It with Legend or School Smarts with Tor, message me on IG. It's moodyandrew.live to be on any show. I'm also going to be on, was it Yes Jess? Yes Jess, I'm sold in the next 50 minutes. So y'all can catch me selling y'all favorite things like a penny. Also, by the way, Mej's wig was $500.
Okay. It was like, okay, one trolling.
Yeah, it's $500. I bought it for him, so Texas not too much on his wig, and also that necklace cost $1,000, honey. Thank you very much.
Good looking out, money. Good looking out. Queenie, take it away, love.
I don't know. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. My first time, I was not very well prepared, but I learned a lot of things that if I do it again should make me very prepared. And I appreciate all the love. And next up, I'm going to be on your show on Monday night. I'm going to be on Drop the Mic, and I'm going to be doing a guest spot on Before and After while the judges deliberate, a singing spot. And then I'm going to be on your auction on the 24th. So I'm really excited for all the exposure you guys are giving me. It means so much.
Thank you very much. We can book you for next Saturday, just sing Queen. All right. Kraken, take it away.
So I just want to express my my theme song for Whips, because I didn't know that we could go ahead and play 30 seconds of songs. So I do just want to end this with the best song for Whips' story. The bodies were hitting the floor when she was done with her top gifter, y'all. I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all can catch me Sunday nights for Into the Unknown. It's a featured show here on the app. I am the only paranormal show on the app, so you guys get to learn a whole lot when you come in. We're talking about the Egyptian pyramids tomorrow night. My guest is going to be Fairy Godmother, who's going to talk to us about her experiences. So I hope to see you guys in the chat on Sundays. And then I've got a bunch of events coming up. It's on my Instagram. So I appreciate you having me on the show, Mej. It was a lot of fun. I loved the topic, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much, guys. Please make sure you've been favoriting all of the guests. Thank you. Everyone did an amazing job. Ladies and gentlemen, please favorite my top 3 supporters of the stream. Kraken will also be my gold queen for the next show. She's going to have her name right next to mine as the gold queen. And please make sure you also favorite Queenie of Death and Big Earth. Go down the whole list as I'm still talking. Go down the whole list as much as you can of all my gifters for the stream. Please hit up all the people who are supporting content, featured shows on the app. We appreciate and absolutely respect them. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Kraken, as she mentioned, has a show. It's featured on Sundays at 11 o'clock, Into the Unknown. If you'd like to be a guest, reach out to her or her admin. I also have another show. It's called Who's Got the XYZ Factor? It's the mic drop, and it's on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is not featured, but there's a whole lot of talent up in there, y'all. It's a team competitive styled singing competition. So we'll have about 3 teams that are going to be competing against each other. Texas, please. You already had your moment. They are going to be competitively singing for the title of Who's Got the XYZ Factor. Make sure y'all check it out on Monday at 9 p.m. Bariqua Queen, my admin, she also, who I co-host the mic drop with, has her own featured show. It's called Before and After with Bariqua Queen. It's every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to be a part of that show, hit her up. All of us here in the stream, this is what we do. We love, collaborating with each other so we can help each other grow here on the app. So, Texas, you got me in knots today. I'm gonna tell you. You're one hell of a troll. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We also have got Sunny with Reinvented with Sunny, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also featured Kraken for Top Badge. So I want to know. So Reinvented with Sunny. See, you have stuff for every day of the week. We got Mondays with Bariqua and I, Wednesday with Bariqua, on Sundays with Kraken. We also have on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock with Sunny, Saturdays at 3 p.m. with me. A ton of people who are content creators here on the app. Stay tuned. Check the calendar of events. We also have a mass competition and party on October 28th. It is hosted by Sunny. If you'd like to be a part of the mass competition, make sure y'all hit up Sunny with her favorites and go check her out. We got Living and Loving with Triple L on Saturday. It's at 7 o'clock. So in just 3 hours, a little under 3 hours. You guys, please make sure y'all check out my top bad sister, Triple L. You Squints, we know it's you. That's why you all's coming in with these low level, actually no ring accounts. That we call fraud again. And we also have Sarah. She has Deutsches Ratspiel at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. I think it's on Tuesdays. Mondays, Tuesdays. Today at 5 o'clock. So in just an hour's time, less than an hour, we've got Sarah with a show. It's called Deutsches Ratspiel, or Spreche Deutsch. I believe it's a German show, and she will give you a bunch of German. I've been on the show. It's very fun. She'll give you a bunch of German words, and you try to figure out what it actually translates to. But it's a whole lot of fun. We laughed a lot. Great show. Make sure y'all check out and tune into Sarah if you'd like to be on that show. Ich spreche Deutsch nicht so gut. I don't know what I said. Hope I didn't cuss nobody's mama. This is all I got. Ich spreche die Deutsch. On point. I don't know. I just read it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's my time to exit. And I'm going to leave with the famous words of Misty that goes, rock on. Yes, Misty. All right, kids. Brittany, I love you, mama. All right. Love to you all. Bye. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.